The VW Bus is one of the coolest cars ever. I don't think there's anybody on this planet that dislikes the original VW Microbus. They are just cool. Well, VW is releasing a new Microbus for the EV age. Now, the design of the ID.Buzz commemorates the German company's iconic Type 2 Microbus, but it didn't just use the design. Even the engine sits in the rear like with the original. So this thing is practically a supercar. I mean, it's rear-engined like a Porsche. The powertrain is all electric and has a range of around 250 miles on a full charge, and it can charge from 5 to 80% in just 30 minutes. And with what fuel prices are doing at the moment, even the die-hard internal combustion engine fans might switch to electric. So onto the engine that powers this Microbus. The ID.Buzz will ride on VW's modular electric drive, the same one they use in the ID.4 and the e-tron crossover. The rear engine makes 201 horsepower and 310 Nm of torque. Now, putting the drive system at the back means the ID.Buzz has a turning circle of just over 11 meters, because the front wheels can pivot much further than a front-engined car, because there is no drive shafts in the way. The ID.Buzz will later be released with two engines, which will have more power, but obviously then the turning circle will be decreased. Anyways, onto interior and comfort. You can't exactly have the ultimate family vehicle if it has a crappy interior. Now, with the concepts of the ID.Buzz, one of the coolest parts was the fact that the interior was configurable. The seats could spin around, the central console could be removed, it was customizable. Now, it isn't as configurable as the concept, but the front seats feature adjustable armrests as well as tables that fold out of the backrests for the rear seat passengers. There is also a removable center console between the front seats, and if you opt for the long wheelbase version of the ID.Buzz, you will actually get the movable interior seats that can be swiveled and adjusted into more sociable positions. The ID.Buzz's standard features include a 10-inch digital gauge cluster, and if you go for the top-end versions, it will include customizable ambient lighting and a set of massaging front seats. So if you ask me, the car does sound like it would be fun on long road trips. Just wish the range was a bit further. Now, like with all cars, you get multiple versions of the ID.Buzz, and it all starts with the ID.Buzz Pure. This will be the entry-level bus, and it will likely only be available in standard wheelbase 5-seater form. It will have 5 seats and underneath a 58 kWh battery. That is unlikely to have much in the way of real world range, so it would be best to keep your trip short in this one. Moving on to the ID.Buzz Cargo. It's an all-electric panel van with personality. It has a total load capacity of 3,900 liters, but this van is shorter in overall length than a conventional diesel-powered van, with a tight turning circle of just 11 meters and zippy acceleration. This could be one great workhorse. Next up is the ID.Buzz Pro. The ID.Buzz Pro has a 77 kWh battery, a 204 horsepower rear engine, and the standard wheelbase with seating for 5 people. And a 1,100 liter boot, which just basically means it's got a really big boot for a normal car. Then comes the 7-seater ID.Buzz long wheelbase. The longer wheelbase will unlock space for an even bigger battery, reputedly knocking on the door of 100 kWh, meaning the range should crack 300 miles. VW will also take advantage of the increased interior room to squeeze in more seats, at least 7 altogether, and mount them on a rail system so that the chairs can rotate, swivel and slide into multiple sociable formations. There is also talks of a camper version as well coming in 2025, but I will make a video on that one when I've got more information available to me. So with all the information we've got, do I think VW can claim the title of the ultimate family vehicle with the ID.Buzz? Almost. It's just the range. I mean, when I was a kid, we went on vacations and drove hours and hours on hours to our vacation spot. And sometimes you'd go really far between fill-ups, which means a range of 200 miles might just take it out of many people's lists of possible next cars. But what do you think? Do you think this is the ultimate family car? Do you like it? Do you like the looks? Or is it just... Oh, for me, it's literally just a range. Like, I love petrol-powered cars, but I do understand, like, electric for family vehicles is smart because you've got more space. They don't have to be super light and sporty. This is just a family car. It just has to be practical, and for that, electric cars are just superior. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I've got many more videos just like this one on new cars. So if you did enjoy the video, just go through them. I'm sure there's something you'll like. I'll check you guys in the next one. Cheers, eh?